Hello. Today, I'd like to take you on a journey through some profound insights on living in the present and embracing inner peace. Let's explore how we can truly live each moment fully, free ourselves from pain, and connect with the inner wisdom that lies within each of us. Living in the present moment. Many of us spend so much time thinking about the past or worrying about the future that we miss the beauty of what's right here, right now. When we focus on the present, we realize that life is always unfolding in this exact moment, this breath, this heartbeat. True peace and fulfillment come from letting go of the past and future and fully embracing the present moment. The roots of pain. When we encounter pain, whether it's physical or emotional, it often stems from resisting reality as it is. We struggle with what we can't change, and this inner resistance becomes pain. There's also a part of us that feeds on this pain, like a shadow self that keeps us clinging to old hurts. This pain body grows when we hold on to suffering, making it harder to let go. But my loves, we can start releasing this cycle of pain by accepting what is, rather than resisting it, recognizing the ego. Now let's talk about the ego, that voice in our head that often stirs up conflict and unhappiness. The ego thrives on our fears and frustrations, sometimes even leading us to sabotage our own happiness. It's that part of us that makes little things seem big, that wants to be right rather than at peace. When we start to notice this voice and gently set it aside, we make space for a truer version of ourselves, one that is rooted in love, not fear. Connecting with the body. A beautiful way to live in the present is by turning our focus from the mind to the body. The mind can get lost in worry and regret, but our bodies live only in the present. They tell us what we need if we're willing to listen. Our bodies are sacred, often described as temples. By grounding ourselves in our bodies, we anchor ourselves in the here and now, allowing us to connect with our inner peace and wisdom. Observing the mind. One powerful way to separate from the mind's chatter is to observe it without judgment. When we simply watch our thoughts, we create a little space between who we truly are and the thoughts we're having. Imagine waiting for your next thought as if you're waiting for something to arrive. This small pause can be a doorway into inner peace, helping us see the mind as something we can observe rather than something that controls us. Practicing active waiting. Another technique to stay present is what we call active waiting. This is being fully alert in the present, like waiting for something significant to happen. In this state, we're not worrying or drifting in thought. We're here, alive in each moment, ready for whatever comes next. Many spiritual teachers have encouraged this state of alertness as it brings a calm readiness and deep peace into our lives. Relationships and living in the present. Living in the present can also transform our relationships. When we are truly here and now, we're no longer criticizing or trying to change our loved ones. We accept them as they are. This can be challenging as some people are still caught up in their own pain or ego. But if we hold our peace, we might even inspire them to step into the present with us, nurturing a relationship rooted in compassion and acceptance. Accepting unavoidable pain. Even when we live in the present, some pain is simply a part of life. Loss, heartbreak, these are things we may not avoid. Living in the now doesn't mean pretending to be free from pain. It means accepting our feelings as they come without pushing them away. In doing so, we allow our hearts to heal naturally, giving ourselves the grace to feel sadness without letting it consume us. Active presence, not passive living. Finally, living in the present does not mean we live passively. It doesn't mean we ignore problems or pretend everything is fine. Instead, it gives us the clarity to respond to life one step at a time. When we're fully here, we're better able to see what we can change, and we find a strength within to take action without being weighed down by fear or regret. In this way, we cultivate both inner peace and outer strength.